Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today, what I have for you guys in today's GTA 5 Online video is the newest major changes of this week's weekly update to the game, because we have some big ones. We have some new DLC content that was added. We have a new treasure hunt and collectible that was also added to the game. You can also consider that new content. We discussed that actually about a month ago when the Agents of Sabotage DLC dropped, and we discussed all the upcoming drip feed leaks, things of the sort. They are the Yawn Bow collectibles. But in addition to that, this week we also have some fantastic vehicles that were rare and removed from the game that are brought back for a limited time. Only one of them you could see behind me right here. This is an amazing vehicle. We're going to talk about this, where you can get it, how much it costs, the performance, customization, all of that. We will review it along with the rest of the rare and removed vehicles. Talk about the pretty cool vehicle discounts we have going on this week. We have a big property discount. We have some Nightclub bonuses, the Nightclub discount. It's a pretty decent week here, and it's definitely the best week that we've seen over the past maybe month and a half to 2 months, because leading up to the new DLC of Agents of Sabotage, we didn't have good bonuses. And then, of course, same thing here after. This is like the first time since the DLC release that we've seen good, or at least decent, weekly update bonuses. So we're going to talk about it all. Thanks for tuning back in, and let's get started. So first things first, getting started, our two new pieces of DLC content are the new Lunar New Year stunt races that Rockstar teased yesterday, that we discussed in yesterday's news and details video for the upcoming GTA Online event, which is of course live now. And then we also have those Yawn Bow collectibles, which have officially been added to the game. There are 36 of them in total. There are bonuses tied to this new content as well. If you collect all 36 Yawn Bow collectibles, you will receive the Gold Snake Santo Capra outfit. I've yet to collect all 36, otherwise I would showcase to you guys that on my character. And also, if you participate in the Lunar New Year stunt races, you will unlock the Lunar New Year limited time livery for the Maibatsu Penumbra FF, and that's a nice livery because it's just the snake and the other design that's applied to the vehicle. If you change the color, you don't have to keep it in red. It's not the entire vehicle that's the livery. You could change the color, and that red will change to whatever color and paint job you have the car set to. But of course, the snake will remain the same because that's the livery. So that is a nice addition right there, because you can actually customize your car. It's not like one of those liveries where you don't see your paint job underneath or whatever. You get some good customization options with the Maibatsu Penumbra FF as well. Okay, so first, when you log in to GTA Online, you should be greeted with the following rewards here. There we go. Clothing unlock: Snake Soul Pendant, Snake King Pendant, Red Snake Soul Forwards Cap, Gray Snake King Forwards Cap, Red Serpent Leather Jacket, as well as the Black Snake Yogorishima outfit. So now, with that said, let's check out all these clothing rewards in game. This is the Black Yogorishima outfit that you can find for your character. It's located in the seasonal section for your outfits. So, you know, just like you would find the 4th of July stuff, Thanksgiving, Christmas, etc. This is where you can find it. And then, of course, let's check out the other clothing items. Let's check out the 2 hats that we got. Also, in the seasonal section, you can find the Gray Snake King backwards cap, Red Snake Soul backwards cap. These are the exact same as these two. These are, of course, just facing forwards, so take advantage of these. You can apply whichever ones you want. And then under the accessories, you could find your chains, which are the 2 pendants, the Snake Soul pendant as well as the Snake King pendant, but you actually can't apply these when you have the outfit equipped. Imagine that. Rockstar makes you disable your outfit and just use a normal shirt or top before you can apply your chain. Now let's check out the pendants. I wish that you could see a little bit better. I wish I could zoom in, but on screen you could see the Snake King pendant, the Snake Soul pendant, and then the other ones, which are already, you know, free rewards and things like that if you got them. When it comes to our rare and removed test drive vehicles at the LS Car Meet for this week, we have some pretty good ones. So let's start off with, I think, the most important one, the one I was driving at the beginning of today's video, or the one that I had in the background, right? This is the Benefactor Feltzer. This car is renowned, one, because it's an OG vehicle in the game that was removed, but it's got super quick acceleration. It has excellent drifting capabilities because it's a super back-heavy type of vehicle. The Feltzer is going to offer you extensive customization options, especially once again for an OG vehicle. It's going to allow for totally unique personalization. The one downside is it does lag in the top speed department and braking compared to other sports cars in the game, especially newer ones that were added. So you need to be careful while handling during like high speed maneuvers, because you're not able to kind of like stop and maneuver around as easily. But it is a fantastic car. You got to pick it up, and you could purchase it for $145,000 this week. Next up, this is the classy Vamos. I think players wanted to see this as well for a little bit of time, because we saw other vehicles similar to it, but we did not see the Vamos. So with this now back in the game, it's super stylistically appealing in my opinion. It looks great. It poses some unique driving challenges though, because it has a high tendency to spin out at higher speeds. You get difficulty maintaining control during aggressive maneuvers as well. It's not really ideal for muscle car enthusiasts who want to prioritize performance over style, but if you like the style of this vehicle, definitely pick it up. Not super expensive either. You can get it for $417,200. Not that it's not expensive out of the gate, but just in terms of like other, comparative modern sports and muscle cars that were added to GTA Online over the past couple years, of course, the Vamos isn't going to totally break your bank. Then we have the Lampadati Pijali, an unassuming vehicle. Surprisingly, it's high performing. You get great acceleration. You can reach supercar level top speed on long stretches of straight road. I'm not exaggerating with that. It is front wheel drive, so that's going to limit your turning radius a little bit. You may encounter a little bit of understeer. Handling's not going to be the best. It does benefit from high traction though. Really good brakes, and if you crash, look how long this vehicle is. It's heavy. You get great crash deformation as well. It's actually a very strong contender in its class, so that's pretty cool right there. And if you want to pick it up, you can get your hands on it for $280,000 this week. Here at Simeon's, we have the following vehicles that are offered this week. Some of them are rare and removed from the game. So let's start off with a bike, not just a car. This is the Western Damon. This is a motorcycle that offers very, very similar performance to the Wolfsbane if you've driven it, and we've actually seen that featured at Simeon's a couple weeks now. It was a couple weeks ago, I'm pretty sure, but get an average top speed, 102 miles an hour, surprisingly good acceleration. It's not designed for the dirt, of course, it's just a normal chopper, but it does handle very well off-road, so just keep that in mind. It is capable. It's got great minimal wheel spin, which is good, super versatile, and if you want to buy it, you can get it for $167,240 this week. Moving on, this is the Hijack Rustin. This is actually styled after the Vol 05, I think it's called. The Rustin in this game is going to give you quick acceleration, super agile cornering. It's sturdy, it's surprisingly resilient in collisions, despite it being super lightweight. You think it would crumple like a piece of tinfoil, but it doesn't. Got a nice open top design that's going to increase your vulnerability to gunfire, of course, but it got really great performance in races. It does have insufficient traction, in my opinion, which is sad, but the lightweight is gonna, help and alleviate some of that traction and handling problems. That being said, you can get it for $308,050 this week. Then the Dundreary Landstalker XL. Now, by the way, these are all styled in basically Lunar New Year, like paint jobs and stuff like that, so red, yellow, things like that. The Landstalker XL, super robust SUV, obviously, inspired by the Lincoln Navigator as well as some of the Chevy Suburban models. Of course, you get moderate performance, that being, probably expected because of how big it is. Great off-road capability, not super high ground clearance, but it does handle well off-road once again. Fantastic damage resilience, even without armor, and a surprisingly small turning radius. So that's going to enhance your maneuverability despite this thing being like a massive cruise ship of a vehicle. If you want to pick up the Landstalker XL, it's going to run you $1,243,939. Then, this is the Rapid GT. Identical performance to the Rapid GT Cabrio we saw as well on January the 9th, I believe. Delivers strong acceleration, average top speed, gonna struggle with responsiveness, as well as a wide turning radius. It's actually almost twice as wide as this thing, which is crazy, believe it or not. It does handle well on like long, winding roads. It's got poor crash resilience and heavy steering, not really suitable for sharp turns. You need to be careful, picking a certain race. And actually, if you're driving this car in a race, play to its strengths. Keep that in mind. If you want to buy it, it is gonna run you $132,000 this week. And we wrap up Trevor's vehicle, the Canis Body. This vehicle offers, I would honestly say, very good acceleration, decent top speed, nice sturdy resistance to damage, cool floodlights if you want to night drive around with this vehicle, like head up to Sandy Shores or something and use the high beams and use the floodlights, you're good to go. It does handle well off-road, of course, got strong brakes for it being a very heavy vehicle. Open-sided design and a lack of a roof are obviously, once again, going to make you vulnerable to gunfire. It's inspired by the Kaiser Jeep M715, and it's a nice robust choice if you just want to take it off-road or on any sort of rugged terrain. And it's cool, rare removed, very cheap as well. You can get it for $25,000. You have to add this to your garage for sure. When it comes to some of our bonuses this week, available all the way through February 12th, I believe, we do have double money and double RP on the Lunar New Year stunt races, which were added to the game this week. But the big bonus for this week that I think everyone wants to take advantage of is double money on the Nightclub daily income. So instead of $50,000 added to your wall safe every 48 minutes with max Nightclub popularity, you're actually getting 100,000. The wall safe capacity isn't doubled. It's still 250,000. So you need to make more more frequent trips to your nightclub to collect the cash. But even if you're AFKing and you're not even worrying about your popularity, you can still make a ton of money this week with the double money on the nightclub daily income. Now, a tip to get your popularity maxed out besides switching DJs and things like that, what I've noticed is, players will go into passive mode to get the troublemaker event, right? And this, so far in my circumstances, has actually worked, I think, 100% of the time. I'm not showcasing it right now, but I can tell you that if you go down into the basement level 5, or honestly maybe even every other basement level, I've just been doing 5 since it's worked out for me first, and I've just been repeating that. Then you come back up to the main level of your nightclub. If you do that, what's funny enough is you can actually get the troublemaker event to just throw the guy out, and you don't need to do anything else, which is kind of neat right there. So that will give you your 10% popularity, and you could do that, probably once every 48 minutes as well, which is as fast as your popularity ticks down by 10%, which is worth it. This time we're moving to this guy to the limo, but it is what it is. Now, in addition to the nightclub daily income, we also have double money RP as well as double goods you could source on the nightclub goods source missions from Johan. So if you decide to call Johan up, wow, this is the furthest I've had to take this guy, almost 4 miles. That sucks. But either way, if you source goods from Johan this week, you have a 20-minute cooldown on those missions. You will get double the nightclub goods and double money, which I think is, instead of 10 grand per mission, now it's 20 grand. So you're making good money sourcing nightclub goods. And of course, you'll be able to do a sell mission for your nightclub faster because you're doing double the goods from those sourcing missions. Now, of course, most people will just AFK the nightclub to produce the goods and sell. And so players would rather a sell mission bonus. But honestly, this week, I think this is good. I mean, this is more suited, the daily income and the double goods and money from the sourcing missions are more suited to active players. So if you're AFKing, then of course, just write off the nightclub good source missions from Johan, but the daily income is still worth it. When it comes to our discounts this week in GTA Online, we do have one big property discount followed by several vehicle discounts. So starting off on Maze Bank foreclosures, for the property discount, it is 30% off all nightclub properties, as well as 30% off all nightclub upgrades and modifications. So get whatever location you want. A lot of players usually pick out, what is it? Not the Vespucci Canals, but either Del Perro, they can opt for Mission Row, or the La Mesa nightclub closer to their businesses. I went for the West Vinewood nightclub because I have all my businesses in West Vinewood. So definitely pick up the nightclub this week because you're going to want the nightclub anyway to take advantage of some of the money bonuses with the nightclub this week. And those are worth it. You can make all your money back this week for sure if you invest in one, especially while it's discounted. So I would do that. Also, for our vehicle discounts, you can get 30% off the Inis 300R here for $1.452 million. The Invitero Coquette D10 is going to be on sale. Once again, 30% off. You can get it for $1,057,000. The Albany VSTR Sedan is going to be on sale for 30% off. You can get it for $899,000. You can pick up the Maibatsu Penumbra FF for $966,000, or once again, 30% off. The Buckingham Volatus is 40% off this week. You can get this vehicle for $1,377,000. Now, also keep in mind the Declassi Vamos, the Hijack Rustin, and the Lampadati Pijali are also 30% off. We discussed those. Those are featured at various in-game vendors. The Vamos and the Pijali are featured at the LS Carmi as a test drive vehicle, and the Hijack Rustin is featured at Simeon's for the week. So that's where you can take advantage of those discounts because you cannot find them on in-game websites because, once again, the reason we review those, they are rare and removed, but they're featured back for a limited time only this week. At the Diamond Casino and Resort, your Lucky Wheel podium vehicle is this car right here. This is the Grotti Stinger GT. It's a really cool car. It's actually a very stylish Grand Tourer in this game. It's got super high top speed, really good acceleration. It does struggle with oversteer when you kind of go to the absolute max and go at high speed with this car. The braking is also less than impressive in my opinion. It's more of a choice for style than, of course, just outright performance superiority, especially compared to its convertible counterpart. Even though the performance is very, very similar, it is slightly different, but I like the coupe version, honestly. Very nice car in my opinion. Of course, try and win it this week. And with that being said, let's spin the lucky wheel and try and win it. I have one in my garage, but let's try and always get another. If it's for free, it's for me, baby. So let's spin this wheel up. We just have not gotten lucky recently. I've been saying this for weeks. We're owed a vehicle, man. We're not going to get it again, but like we need a car in this game. 7,500 RP, I'll take it. Our LS Car Meet prize ride this week is the Ubermacht Rebla GTS, and this is a fantastic SUV in the game. I'd say it's a top 3, absolutely a top 5. In my opinion, it's just right behind the Tauros in terms of performance. If you want to unlock this vehicle, you can win it by placing, actually not even placing, you have to win LS Car Meet Series races for 3 consecutive days in a row this week, so you might as well get started. When it comes to the performance of this car, like I said, it's one of the fastest SUVs in the game, and overall just one of the best. You get excellent acceleration and top speed. It's all-wheel drive. It's super versatile on-road and off-road. Not that this is necessarily an off-road vehicle, but you could take it off-road and perform very well with it. It's got fantastic handling, super good traction. You're going to be really smooth around those corners. It has extensive customization options, which is always appreciated. Overall, I think if you're money grinding with the Ubermacht Rebla GTS, like, you can grind the nightclub sourcing missions in style for this week, I think. At the salvage yard this week, we have the following vehicle robbery opportunities all the way until January the 29th. So starting off on the left here, this is your standard range vehicle for the week, the Vapid Click. You could steal this as part of the cargo ship robbery. Then we have the Vapid Dominator ASP, this week's mid-range vehicle. You could steal it in the Duggan robbery. And then we have the Trufati Thrax, the top range vehicle for this week. You could steal it as part of the podium robbery. None of these are claimable though, unfortunately. Here we are at luxury autos. Not that the vehicles here are rare and removed or really impressive at all in terms of them just being featured here. Rockstar just features ones with cool customization every week. Sometimes you can get black stock wheels, things like that. This week I just wanted to showcase because we have the Coquette D1 as well as the Grati Turismo Omaggio, but they're featured in Lunar New Year paint jobs and customization with deliveries, yellow and red and yellow, things like that. They do look pretty cool. So you can check them out in game this week here. Neither of these have like different stock wheels you can get though. I mean, they're the stock wheels on both, but we don't have cool like color options. Like, it would be really cool if the Grati Turismo Omaggio had black stock wheels. That would be the only way to make this car look better here at Luxury Autos for the week. When it comes to the gun van today and this week, if you guys are watching on today, Thursday, January the 23rd, you can find the gun van in this location here in La Mesa. And when it comes to the gun van stock and selection for the week, as you can see right here, we do have the heavy rifle featured in the game. We have the tactical SMG, the musket, the up and atomizer, definitely a weapon you want to purchase this week. Same with the tactical SMG and the heavy rifle. And then we have the knife. Now, the tactical SMG is going to be 30% off for all players in the game this week, so make sure you take advantage of that. It's worth it at full price anyway. The heavy rifle is going to be 50% off for GTA Plus members, and then of course, if you are on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S, even if you don't have GTA Plus, the L. Strickler rifle is going to be featured here. You could buy it. If you do have GTA Plus, that L. Strickler military rifle will be free for you. I mean, you're paying for GTA Plus, but it's $0 in-game. With all that out of the way, I want to thank you so much for watching today's video. If you guys did go on to enjoy, of course, make sure you drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you guys are brand new and you want to see more GTA Online content like this. Also, make sure to tune back into the channel tomorrow. We have a really fun video of the actual content that Rockstar buffed with the Nightclub bonuses and checking out all the other weekly update bonuses. Not that we have too many this week, but we have some good ones that if you are an active player of this game, you can make some really good money. And even if you're just like an AFK money grinder and you just take advantage of the wall safe and passive business wall safe income from different businesses before you actually play the game, it's still a fantastic week. Also, check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram if you guys want to see several consistent GTA Online live streams every single week. Twitch.tv/hazardous HDTV is the place for all that. And I will see you guys tomorrow, bright and early, with the next GTA Online video. Adios, amigos.